Hello, I'm Adinser and this is my restoration druid guide for challenge mode dungeons. Playing this spec in challenge modes is a blast. It is the best choice when picking a healer for your group. And if you are struggling to get 8 out of 8 with another healer and have a restore druid alt, just go for it with your druid, even if you don't have good gear. Now the core gameplay changes a lot when switching from raids to dungeons, as with the rest of the healers, but that's only if you play with Soul of the Forest and Heart of the Wild in raids. If you play with Tree and Nature's Vigil, however, you are golden. Those two talents are better in dungeons for a couple of reasons. First, you don't need the constant passive healing buff from Soul, since there won't be any constant damage that you can't deal with your baseline spells. Second, the tree will come in handy in a lot of big pulls and boss fights, and it has a short cooldown. As for Heart of the Wild, put simply, the cooldown is just too long and the duration too short to justify taking it. Plus, you will be single target healing around 80% of the time, so Vigil gives great bonus smart healing contrary to raids, where you are doing mostly AoE healing. Now the CC talent tiers also have to be adjusted. Typhoon is the best choice in the level 45 tier because of its ability to interrupt spell casting, and Incapacitating Roar is the best choice in the level 75 tier, also for the same reason. Plus Mighty Bash has almost no uses since most of the adds are immune to stuns. You could switch to Vortex for kiting, however, if you have strategies that include a lot of it, but other classes have that covered most of the time. What every party needs is more interrupts. As for glyphs, keep the ones you have, so Stampeding Roar and Rebirth, and only switch out Glyph Wild Growth, because there's no need for it. Switch it with Healing Touch. For two reasons. One, you don't need the 6th wild growth, and two, Nature's Swiftness is the largest short cooldown heal you have, so having the cooldown reduced to around 30 seconds if you remember to cast Healing Touch is a great choice. Other than that, the only other glyph you could consider is the Dispel glyph. Now the gameplay does have one more change. Your focus won't be on keeping Mushroom active because you are moving a lot and it costs a lot of mana. Wild Growth isn't the priority anymore, but still a good spell to cast when the entire party is damaged. And your Iron Bark and Bark Skin become much more useful, so you should use them almost on cooldown. But most importantly, the focus is on keeping Rejuvenation active and spread around, and using Genesis every time you need to top people off, instead of using Wild Growth. So the combination of the single target buff Nature's Vigil and the Rejuve Genesis playstyle makes Resto Druids the best healers for challenge modes. Even in bad groups, I can't tell you how easy it is to heal. Genesis just tops people off, Tranquility as well, a Tree with regrowth spam does the same, and in general every heal seems to do more healing than with the rest of the healers. Anyway, there is one more thing to mention, and that's Soothe. Make sure to look for purgeable enrage effects or have your team spot them for you. It really helps when you use the spell often. You can reduce the damage of some mobs by half. Anyway, that's it for the Resto Druid. Next time it will be the Mistweaver Monk. Thanks for watching and see ya then.